Hello and welcome everybody to this week's Market Share, the short weekly segment brought to you by MKR, where we bring you all the noteworthy news and updates surrounding digital media and the world today. I'm your host Genevieve, and we've got some cool stories for you today, so let's get started. First up, let's talk about Instagram and a new feature that will be aiming to protect the youth from too much mindless scrolling. So this new feature will nudge teens away from the content they continuously browse through to keep them from dwelling on a particular topic. So say a teen is spending too long on the Instagram Explore page looking through videos and posts about a specific theme. The platform will then display a notification suggesting that they look for other types of posts instead. These What to Explore Next topics will exclude anything that could be associated with appearance comparison, which should be a very healthy change for many teens. My question is, why is this feature not going to be the default for everyone? An external study indicated that 58.2% of respondents agreed or strongly agreed that nudges made their social media experience better by helping them become more mindful of their time on platform. And when Instagram tested this theory, they found that 1 in 5 users switched topics when they received a nudge. I know what you're thinking, this will only be for certain topics, so how can Instagram really be objective in choosing what topics are good and which are bad? But these nudges will actually be applied to all topics. So yes, it is possible that if you're in a black hole of puppy videos, it may suggest that you switch to a green space instead. Dangerous move, Instagram. Speaking of Instagram rabbit holes, Instagram has actually made it easier for people to find the content you're most proud of, which actually could result in fewer instances of diving into a deep dark hole. You can now pin your favorite or most important content to the top of your profile page. So for example, if you're a brand and you want people to know exactly who you are upon finding your page, you can pin a video explaining what you do and what you value, so people can decide for themselves if they want to keep scrolling. Hopefully some of these new additions will make Instagram a happier and healthier place for everyone. Next, let's talk about a couple of brands that have taken their creator partnerships to the next level: esports. First of the two, Sour Patch Kids has partnered with 4 Twitch creators, where each of them will be the face of a different custom candy box and flavor of the candy. Now I know what you may be thinking, aren't these big brand partnerships usually saved for traditional athletes or celebrities? Well, not anymore. Each of these 4 popular Twitch streamers will host a 2-hour solo live stream to debut their flavor and show off cool custom packaging, as well as get their followers to vote for their flavor online and register for the sweepstakes, resulting in a $10,000 prize. On June 15th, the new custom packaging will go live via a custom landing page, and the live streams will kick off, followed by several events in June and July. Through the voting mini site and direct-to-consumer site, the brand can collect extremely valuable first-party data that's value has skyrocketed with the eventual disappearance of the third-party cookie. Marketers are working hard to find new ways to connect with gaming and the esports community, which is why L'Oreal Garnier has partnered with Team Vitality to make 2 spots and other activations around The Force Returns and V for Bush, to mimic games with the likeness of Ghostbusters and Stranger Things respectively. The brand will have visibility across Team Vitality's rosters for games including League of Legends, Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, and Valorant, and can have player support through content and digital assets. Both of these examples of esports activations include brands that would usually not be thought of to be in the esports space, but they both exude what we tell you often here on Market Share: test and iterate until you find something that works for you. Third up, let's talk about Made for TikTok, the ad industry talk show, and how you can utilize this content to your advantage as a creator. This series aims to educate marketers and agency creatives on how to make great branded content that will actually work with the specific audience on TikTok. The late-night talk show, hosted by Shannon Fiedler, goes into a few topics along with tips from each of the special guests featured on the show. The first episode goes into this piece of age-old advice: make TikToks, not ads. The guest on this episode is Oliver McAteer, the head of development at Mischief USA, who just so happens to be the creative agency behind one of TikTok's most recent ad campaigns. He goes into more tips about how creative agencies can lead the way on TikTok and fulfill their responsibility to the evolution of the platform. In the second episode, Fiedler talks to Eric Cedeno, an art director, graphic designer, and TikTok creator, who explains how the aura of your brand can help level you up in the eyes of the audience. Then the third episode, which we think is the most impactful, follows Sophie Jamieson, the Chief TikTok Officer at Nerf, as she discusses some of the most important analytics on the platform. She explains that every TikTok account is different, so at the end of the day, the only analytics that matter are your own. And here comes yet another invite to test and iterate. Even Sophie agrees you should try out different things and not be afraid of failure. If you want more information, you can keep following along with new episodes on TikTok. MKR sure will be. Last up, let's talk about Firefox and the total cookie protection the platform has given to all users by default. The feature limits the ability of websites to read cookies created by third-party services. So a cookie created by one website will not be readable by the other website a user goes to, cleverly nicknamed as separate cookie jars. This part of an ongoing privacy-focused development strategy from Mozilla after Google announced that it would phase out third-party cookies by 2023. Mozilla has cited several examples of why they're going after slowing the misuse of tracking, such as Facebook's digital tracking of student loan applications and the selling of data on visitors to Planned Parenthood. Two total violations of privacy. The organization wants to give the power back to the people by giving them back control over their own data and arm them with more ways to defend their privacy. Although this is only a start, this example shows why you need to figure out what you're going to do about the loss of the third-party cookie if you haven't already. Because, surprise, 2023 is in just 6 months. That's all for this week's Market Share. My name's Genevieve, and I'll see you all next week. Next, let's Next, let's talk okay, hold on. I need to both of these examples of esport you can keep following along with new episodes of TikTok. MKR, what was that? MKR.